Hello and welcome back to Rising Angels Reborn. Right, Bitmen have moved on, so I can now record in peace. But if I am right about the ship being pursued and destroyed by the Raltons, why would they leave this behind? They'd be cleaning their trail very well. Leaving this weapon behind would be silly. It's so pretty. Could I have it? It would look perfect with my dress uniform. Not until I've had time at investigating it. For being blasted by a destroyed spaceship, it's remarkably smooth. Do not touch it. You may destroy the evidence you seek. True. I rubbed my finger along the side of the blue crystal, expecting it to be as cold as ice. Instead, I feel a slight tickle and the warmth of the sun radiating through. You fool! Colonel? A small light shines from inside the crystal. It seems to be showing a slight chemical reaction to my... What happened to the lights? Flight Officer Miki, did you do something? Ah! We are doomed! Flight Officer Miki, what happened? I want answers. Ma'am, Bridge, our primary and secondary engine generators just went offline. Did someone bump the emergency shutoff? What happened, Colonel? Why are you asking me? What happened, Colonel? I assure you that I know not what caused the engines to shut off. I am a doctor, not an engineer. I don't believe you. Commander, the crystals, they... What about the Bellino crystals? They're supposed to be all white and shiny, but the ones at the primary engine have all gone clear and dull. They're all cracked as well. Oh, whatever. Put in a distress message and have someone bring us out some new ones. I can't imagine this is the first time Bellino crystals went out. But they went out in the primaries and the secondaries at the same time. So? In tech school, we were told that it had never happened before. Nothing should cause crystal damage. Well, well, well. Now the universal record has been set with Kika Star. You stupid, ignorant, asinine girl. Do you not understand what's just happened? We can't make the shift jump until somebody brings us a new one. We're stuck here for a week. It sucks, but that's the risk you travel when you travel in space. The Bellino crystals do more than just make the shift jump. They are the focal points for power generation as critical parts of our long-distance radio gear. Without them, the engines would generate power. We have backup generators? They use the crystals as well. If every single one of them went out... Kylie, please finish that statement. Major Hackett, attempt to bring all generators back online. I've been trying. They're refusing to accept restart commands. Battery power is at 98%. We have stuff that doesn't require the crystals, right? We really don't absolutely need them, right? What? Where is she going? Major Hackett, do you have the signal recording from the crystal? Is now the time? Cross-check it against those of a normal Bellino crystal. Checking. Computer says that it's identical, but it's in opposite phase. A 180-degree phase shift. Oh my brilliant but ignorant Ceto. What happens when two signals that... Superposition of two opposite direction wave pulses causes destructive interference? Or they're just stones, ordinary rocks we use as focal points. You're wrong. They're living souls that have souls. Rocks don't have souls. Souls reside in more than just mortal shells, Kylie. You suggested that the supposed wave generated by the recovered crystal was created a wave that killed ours. Uh-huh. Oh, damn your mysticism. We want the truth in goddamn plain English. She's saying that the only things capable of generating power to keep things like life support and thrust are now permanently offline. But we kinda need those things. The batteries we use for dry dock situations should keep the ship powered for another 24 hours. But we kinda need power after that. What then? I'll tell you what happens then. We die. We die because someone just couldn't accept leaving well enough alone and going home. No, now we get to stay here forever. Just like the researcher said. We have the key to the entire universe. And we just locked ourselves out of it. Oh, great job, Natalie. You've killed us all. Yep, sounds about right. I don't know how long I stood there, eyes glazed, mind numbed by Kipika's horrible revelation. By the time I can get the thoughts running again, the room is empty. Doesn't look very empty to me. I killed us. Does that make me a zombie? Now's not the time for lame jokes. Did you hear them? Uh-huh. Gonna die in a day. Heard them loud and clear. It's all my fault. If I had known what that thing was from the start, I could have thought things out better. We'd have futures as something other than corpses. But you are going to fix it. You say that with so much confidence. Because I know you scholar types. When the going gets tough, you get clever. bet you have a solution brewing already. Does dying count as a solution? I'm not much of a fan of that one. Let's try your second plan. You do have a second plan, right? You're the Special Investigations and Tactics Officer. You have to have a secret plan to get us out of this. Zuri's pleading eyes betray the fear I know she shares with me. As strong as any soul is, acceptance of death is something that doesn't come easy. But being an officer means that sometimes you have to put your own fears aside and keep everyone else's in check. I have to be strong for Zuri. Not yet, but I'll think of something. We don't know anything about that crystal, and the first step in our plan to save ourselves is to rectify that situation. Actually, I think I may have an idea. The picture, Zuri. What if it contained instructions on operation of the crystal? If worst came to worst, we could try testing on the crystal. What's the worst that could happen at this point? We could all start a chain reaction that ends all space travel as we know. I'm being silly. Don't look at me like that. The problem is, we don't know if we haven't already done that. But all you did was touch it. There's no way any civilization, even if they were really old, would be stupid enough to have something so unsafe. We can only hope, Zuri. Let's get back to the lab and see if we can work our way out of this pit that I've dug. But what can I do? This is all above dumb Zuri's head. You can support me. I'll feel much better if I know I have you watching over me, and preventing me from possibly killing us all. Even though I suspect it might be far too late for that. What was it all for, if I still can't protect anyone when we're all in danger? Because I want you there with me, Zuri. I don't want to risk anyone deciding that they want some revenge on me before I have a chance to make things right. Thanks for thinking of me. Well, I'll just smash up your lab and make things worse. I'm going to bed. Wait, Zuri! Slowly, the clinking of her footsteps fades away, leaving me alone in the engineering bay. Alone. Forsaken. The same way I entered the ship, and probably the same way I'm going to leave it. Zuri might not have been able to help me with the translation or potential experimentation, but just having her around gave me confidence. I'm needing to keep fighting. For the first time, I feel weak. Not sick or tired, but lacking the strength to keep up the fight. Knowing you just killed 8 other people drives a stake through the heart. But I can't give up now. Even if I must do it alone, then I have to at least keep trying. Not for promotion, but for what I owe the people of this ship. I look at the brute crystal in my hand, ensuring not to touch its surface. Such a beautiful gem that brings such unbridled destruction. I could see why the researcher wanted you left in the depths of space. I bring up the datapad with a detached sense of nostalgia. If Zuri was here, I'd have to chide her for not securing her datapad with a password. As the program kicks on, I glance at the old picture of the little dreamers. I guess that'll soon be us. Nothing more than memories in someone's datapad. Regrets fill my head. I never got to see the Emerald City, never got to see real space battle, never got to go exploring in the caves of Rush Shakar with Mom. Mom. She'll go on thinking that I'm still somewhere out there, forgetting to call again. When they find us, she'll know that her daughter didn't live up to her potential. And it won't be just my parents. I remember meeting Sol's family when we visited the directorship row together. I was the daughter he never had, the old man said. Even if I get us home, I can't imagine reporting ending in my favour. They'll all look at me with such shame. But that's my burden to bear. The translator program's finished and it's time to face my fate. The red "no entries found" crushes what little remains of my heart. The limited database I have to work with couldn't determine what the runes on the rock were. So much for that. Idiotly? Are you in? That's major idiotly. You are a major idiot, but you can still help me. I think I've done enough helping for one day. Not quite. I need your permission to take over priority with the central computer and see if I can figure out a way to redesign our engines. You're going to redesign our engines without the use of Bellino crystal in less than 24 hours. And, do you have some better idea? You aren't accepting death lightly, are you? Whatever. Can I have the access or not? Yeah, sure. Just let me turn off the database link that this datapad has. What was that? The picture? No, the tumbleweed bouncing around the inside of your head. Yes, the picture. More secrets? Here. Have the look you so desperately desire. Doesn't matter at this point. Chazari. Bless you. It wasn't a sneeze, idiotly. That's Cesare. You know what this is? Of course I do. I'm part of the upper class. I came from the lower. Details, Kika, details. Cesare was an ancient language from a millennium ago. There's little remaining record of the galactic civilization except that they were highly advanced. One day, the civilization simply vanished. What little we have left were found from records of what was named the Cesare Royal Library. It was to hold cultural records, except it didn't stand the test of time. Why couldn't my translator crack it? 2 reasons, idiotly. It's very flowery. Computers have problems breaking out the unique strokes. 2, the only people who can read it nowadays are the royal families. We've been using it as a secret code amongst ourselves for years to keep messages safe. So why do you have it on some rusty datapad? Oh my god. They weren't trying to shut Faye up, don't you see? What? They were trying to kill you, Kika. Such is the burden of being a hero. No, they were trying to kill you because you're the only person I can contact to translate this. You can give me the answers I need. Oh, if you would just have shared this crew with the crew from the start, then whoever has been trying to shut down my operation would have gone to more drastic measures to prevent you from assisting. Like what? Probably a laser to the brain. They wouldn't. Besides, there is a low likelihood of... You're not telling me something, are you? I shared my data, you share yours. Oh, fine. I may have found information that indicated other ships could have possibly, maybe, feasibly, conceivably blew up the research ship. But if we have the crystal, what did they make away with? Who cares? They detonated an ion bomb, which is what tipped them away. I have no idea what they went. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I was thinking about it. Kika. So I got upset at you for constantly putting the hero of this mission off. So what? You just wanted to see me squirm in front of the commander. Damn it, Kika. It's not like that information was going to help us out anyway. That's for me to decide. Oh, whatever. You have it now. I'll translate this thing out for you as an apology gift so you can let me start redesigning our engine. Sure, whatever makes your final moments better. Sol said he wanted to see you on the bridge. Go make him happy and get back here. I should be done by then. I'm not taking orders from you. Hush, less talky, more walky. I can't give up hope yet. No, giving up hope was such a good idea. You called for me? Finally, someone who still has a working brain has arrived. What's going on? Between Wingy doing his voodoo preparing for death ceremony and the commander staring off into space, I'm up shit creek without a paddle. I hate to tell you this, but we've already sailed at the creek before they stopped working. I'm aware I was listening. Natalie, we have a talk after all this is resolved about your safety procedures. I know, I wasn't thinking. It was incredibly stupid and I'm sorry. As long as you're more careful next time, I forgive you. Is there going to be another time? There is if I have anything to say about it, and if I can get someone to listen to my orders and rally. Slimeball and Kylie went off and aren't answering comms either. How are we supposed to do anything if nobody's willing to take the initiative and fight? Kika is. I am. I knew the house cat would rise to the occasion. Spends all day basking in the light of her own glow. She'll catch the mouse when needed. Was that a compliment? It was. Don't look so skeptical. Kika's always there when we need her, no matter how desperate. Alphonse, however. I told you, I am praying right now for the spirits to guide our souls to the afterlife. Could you pray for a solution to our problem instead? If the spirits have deemed this our time to die, so we shall. Such is the fate of those bound by the mortal coil. Absolutely useless. My friend, you never see beyond the physical. Because, in case you forgot, it's the physical that's trying to kill me. God damn it, Alphonse. Though I appreciate you looking for me to aid in these dark times, I do question what good I could do. Spirits have given us many to aid our plight, including one who stands before us. You could have just stopped worrying, trusted your people. For your information, I do trust them. I trust Natalie with my life. As we all do. They trust me with their lives, even though I have no clue how to save them. They trust them, even though my folly was what put us in this situation in the first place. Idiots. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. I like to think that we're going to be able to survive this, but we are going to need to get everyone off this self-defeating attitude and back to work. You included, Natalie. We need leaders who look like they're in control. There's only so much I can do alone. The good news is that our little burst didn't get past 5 meters. The signal shot was incredibly weak. How do you know? The radios are still fine. I could get a distress message out and let the universe know of our plight. For a moment, my heart dances with joy at the thought of being rescued. The dream of the Space Force riding in with the cavalry and fixing my mistake is just that, a dream. The transmission time for this deep and unknown space is more than 24 hours by itself. Add in travel time and we'd be dead for a week before anyone arrived. I know. I'm not going to be your silver bullet to slay this problem. I figured that you might feel better if you know you didn't cause a universal disaster. Thanks. Also, once I get in contact with everyone, I'm going to allow everyone to use the radio to send final messages to their loved ones. Final messages? Despite his constant words of reassurance, his actions tell me the real truth behind his feelings. We're dead. I killed us, and no amount of hope is going to save us. That little boon of hope is ripped from my bosom and tossed into the depths of space. Sol, my friend and competition in this universe, has declared us finished. I'm going to let the junior officers use it first, but I think you should use it after them, Natalie. What could I tell my mother? Goodbye? Sol moves so close to me, close enough that I can feel his warm breath on my ear as he leans in. Rizuna sent a report about what happened already. I didn't read much of it, but let's just say that Long Ears wasn't quite glowing about her review of your actions throughout our time. She's blaming me. I think she's trying to have you brought up on charges of criminal negligence. She's trying to put me in jail. We're on the cusp of death and the commander wants me to drag my name through the mud. She's never liked Cetos. The mutant freak thinks this is our last chance she'll have to get revenge on your organization. But she's right. This is all my fault. I'm the one who screwed up. I deserve it. Natalie, let me be perfectly clear with you. You screwed up. Yes, you did. Big time. If you had waited until you were in your lab, none of this would have happened. But that was then and this is now. Hindsight is always perfect. Blaming ourselves for what we have done doesn't fix anything. It keeps us focused on the unchangeable. I trust you, Natalie. Do you trust me? Of course I do. Write your report, be honest about it. But don't blame yourself. You couldn't have seen this coming. After that, keep fighting. I'm counting on you. Bottle up your feelings, Natalie. Even though he may be wrong, and you are to blame for this. You are a major in the Katojan Space Force. Oh, good lord. It's still not a good sign that I'm yawning through what's supposed to be the big tense moments. If these are your final hours, let everyone see you being the strong leader they need, even if your heart is crushed into pieces. Alright, Sol, I'll write it. Good. Also, don't forget to send something to your mum. You always forget to let her know what you're up to. Yeah, dear Mum, your daughter's screwed up, is about to die along with her crew because of it. That's why I won't be home for leave after this tour. Whoops. I should send something. She always worries so much about me. Because she loves you. You should be glad to have a mother who cares so much. I think I am going to send that letter. Even though she never wanted me to do this, she was always there supporting me. Just like all of us, Natalie. Do you remember when you almost failed your fitness test in the academy? I try to forget that. You never told us how close you cut it. You tried half a dozen training plans in secret, none of which worked for you. Natalie, how did you finally bring your score up? Tell me. I asked you for help. You asked me, and I asked our entire squad, and we all started training together. And what happened? I get it. Do you? Because I'm watching it happen all over again. You don't have to bear this burden alone. Myself, Zuri, Alphonse, Faye, even the house cat are pulling for you. I want to help take the world off your shoulders, Atlas. Even the Slimeball and Kylie would, if they'd ever answer their summons. We pass or fail as a team. That lesson is as true today as it was when Brumford first told us it. And the reverse holds true as well. I let Zuri walk away, even though no, she isn't holding up well. Why don't you go get a couple of hours of rest, Natalie? You look exhausted. He's right. You look like you're about to pass out. I've been up for coming on 24 hours now, but I can't rest yet. You aren't going to help anyone in that shape. Take a break, get a nap. But Kika is hard at work on a solution. Let Kitty take care of the situation for now. Get a few winks, and then take over our miraculous victory from there. Exhaustion is about to overtake me, and my legs and spirit are refusing to go on. There's one thing I have to do before I can take a short rest. Because if death is upon us, I don't want to die with this regret on my shoulders. Okay, but I need to do something first. Natalie. Thanks, Sol. Thanks for everything. No problem. Just take care of yourself. Write that report and we'll come out of this on top. Thanks as well, Al. May the spirits guide us all this day. Hopefully, Zuri is in her room. I can hear the faint noise of music resonating through from inside. I knock on the door several times, putting more and more muscle behind it, but Zuri refuses to comply. I can't deny to myself that I'm growing more concerned by the moment. It never occurred to me that my cheery shield could be vulnerable. I need to be there for Zuri, as both a confident leader and a supporting friend. Zuri has been there for me on this mission, and I need to be there for her. I'm coming in. A soft, beautiful melody radiates out as I slide the door open. Inside, tears streaming down her face, is our guardian, my newest friend and confidant. Zuri's fingers slide up and down the small, dull flute as the music plays. Any doubt in my mind of her honesty is gone. She really was a flute player for the Emerald City. No mere musician could make such a heart-rending performance. Every note feels like it's been pulled from Zuri's soul, every tear being pulled out for the world to hear. Each note telling the story of a girl facing the darkness. Her song is soft and tender and hopeful yet sad. The real Zuri, the shy young girl that thought she was the one who caused her friends to die, the one who dreamed of being a hero. I'm envious. She's a warrior who fights with all of her heart. Even though her eyes are red and swollen with tears, I can still see the strength behind them. I can see the strength I wish I had. Maybe she was right. I'm not a warrior, I'm a soldier. I fight for duty and country. But she fights for what she believes in. The song makes me wonder, truly wonder, if I could ever stand up for that. If I could be the officer I want to be, and fight what I want to be. Slowly, her song begins to fade. Zuri lowers the instrument and looks at me with a forlorn smile. I guess I never became the warrior I thought I could be. Zuri, that was beautiful. Why aren't you proud of it? Because I'm weak. Nobody who could play as touching a song as you did is weak. I never changed. I'm still the same pathetic dream and I can't protect anyone. Here we are, facing death and danger straight in the eyes, and there's nothing I can do, no bad guy to thwart, no bomb to defuse, no monsters to shoot. It's just like before. I'm powerless to save anyone I care about. My family's gonna die again and I can't do anything. Family, sisters and brothers in arms, sworn to fight and uphold peace and justice in the universe. The thoughts are crazy. Peace and justice doesn't get you promotions. But I know what she means. I know what she's feeling. I don't want to solve this mystery for some promotion anymore. I want to protect Zuri. I want to protect Sol. I want to save my crew. Sol's words come back to me. Zuri, you aren't entirely right. I never am. You protected me. You're giving me a reason to fight, a reason not to give up and let myself die here. Natalie, you don't get it. Being a scholar, you just don't get it. I've never played my music before because I wanted to become a famous musician. I played it because I'm a coward who can't face the world. For someone who has to be a warrior and guard those she loves with her life, I still tremble when danger lurks. I kept training and training, but it never fixed anything. I couldn't stand up when the big moment came, and I couldn't stand alongside you. I fled back to my music again. I just wanted to be a warrior, like Akuriel was. You really loved her, didn't you? If she was here instead of me, she probably could find a solution. Even if she couldn't, she'd be able to do more than just play the flute to calm herself down. When Kika and Faye were in danger, I was scared, frightened. My knees were quaking at the thought of going to save them. Oh God, are we gonna get the, real warriors, real courage is about overcoming fear, not having no fear speech? Because frankly, I have heard that speech so many times, so many variants, and it just gets boring after a while. But what did you do, no matter the danger? I saved them. You did. When I thought everything was over in the engine room, you helped me get back up again. And after listening to you play, I feel like I could take on the universe. I don't want any harm to come to anyone here, and as long as I know that you're here, I don't have to worry. Even though danger lurks even on this ship, I can feel safe knowing that you're there. Zuri, brute strength alone isn't power. We need you. I need you. We're a team, Zuri. No matter how weak we are individually, we all pull together to make everything better. We're a team, even if I am just a seat or assigned here temporarily. We're a team. For the first time in years, I don't feel the constant tug of loneliness driving me off the edge of sanity. I feel safe. Maybe there is more to life than making that next promotion. If I would have cared back when I was a cadet, maybe they wouldn't have tried dumping me in the middle of nowhere. Maybe I could have helped people, defended the directorship like I've always said I would. Maybe. Here, lay down, you wordly scholar. You're wobbling more than my heart. Thanks, sorry. Wake me in a couple of hours, alright? Sure thing. I lay down on the rough cotton sheets next to Zuri. Even though I'm a mere hours from my demise, I truly do feel safe knowing that she's here, watching over me, just as I am watching over her. My family used to love this lullaby. I hope you do too. If you keep playing it from the heart like you always do, I'll live it no matter what. The soft tune to the dreamer's flute play on as I finally lay my head to rest, my heart still peaceful for the first time. Good morning. Stow the cheeriness for my sake. I see plenty of reasons for cheerfulness. If anything, we should be throwing a party for me. Don't listen to her. We're no closer to finding where to fix the engines than we are to inventing teleportation. Teleportation is impossible, idiot. Fixing our engines is not. Does the concept of a comparison evade you? Don't fight. We need to work together. Where's Kylie? Disobeying direct orders with that bastard demon. I wish the commander would listen and finally do something about it. Despite all of that drama earlier, he isn't doing anything to save us? I find that odd. I don't know. After he had his turn with the radio, that whole angry bitter facade disappeared, and he went back to being his usual dirtbag self. Odd. Very, very odd. Maybe he's finally at peace with something. Spiritually? Him? No, he's up to something again, I know it. Who did he send a message to on the radio, and what did he say? He asked for privacy, just like Alphonse and Faye did. How is my minion doing? I was going to check up on her, but I've been tail deep in wiring diagrams. She's not taking it very well. She let out a very, very depressing howl and buried herself in her data pad. Sol, could you go and check on her again? I already planned to do it once Kika tells me why she wanted all of us here. To throw me a party, duh! I'm gonna throw you out the aft hatch if you don't have a good reason for this. Can I tell them? Kika's inquisitive eyes bore into me, looking to confirm the trust I needed to place in my friends and crew. Go ahead. I told Sol after we talked anyway. I've made headway on translating the runes from that photo. I'm not all the way there yet, but it's only a matter of time. Runes? What photo? Remember? I told you on the bridge that Kika was translating a photo we managed to rediscover? No, you told me that Kika was working on a solution to a problem, which was the engine thing. I know I did. You were exhausted. I doubt your memories are accurate. No, I'm pretty sure I told you. I'm pretty sure you didn't. I'm pretty sure that Sol's knowledge of the existence of the photo has no bearing on the rest of this conversation. Fine. Okay. Good. Now, as I was saying, but she never told me anything. Both of you are the stupidest pair of mages I've ever met. Shut up and let me talk. He's just forgetful. Like I was trying to say, despite being a bad photo of sloppy carvings, I managed to translate some of it. This was taken to the original site. Correct. If I had to guess, I'd suspect there was one in the desert as well. Somebody took them before we got there. No way those wimpy scholars could have moved that big rock. No, I suspect our C2 is correct in assuming that the third party is ahead of us. With information they gleaned from the rocks, I'm beginning to understand why they left the crystal behind. They didn't want to risk themselves until a proper recovery team was in position. Precisely. What did the rock say? It was a warning. Oh, good, you translated the ancient warning label. Thank you for telling us stuff that's absolutely useless to us now. If I would have focused on solving that mystery. You'd still be idiotly. Don't interrupt me when I'm trying to do my big reveal. You just did it. No, that was just the build-up. You have to do the reveal properly or it loses all impact. Haven't you ever seen an action-packed holovid? Kika, this is real life. Oh, you have no flair for the dramatic. I like it. Keep going, Kika. That's better. It wasn't a warning that touching the thing is dangerous, but that it was the weapon that ended the Chizari civilization. The key to the universe. If I had to make an educated guess, the researcher knew he was being chased, so he ran out here to hide it where nobody could ever find it or use it. That would be a logical conclusion. Rather boring, though. Do you have a better proposition about what is going on? Well, I'm right at the end of my timer for this video, so that's decent point to end before we get the big reveal. So I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.